So this was Abdul Rahman Hassan.
The first
right?
Khariji was who? The first Khariji was who? The first Khariji who came out with the Prophet, he said to the Prophet, "I'dil fa innaka lam ta'dil." Who was the first Khariji? The head of the Khawarij. Dhu Khuwaisira did not take a sword. He said to the Prophet, "Be just." He went against the Prophet by statement. "I'dil Muhammad fa innaka lam ta'dil." He's the first person who brought the mentality of protesting, uprising against the leader, mentioning your opinion. The first person who said that.
Now, here, un momentico, mi gente. So here, Ustadh Abdul Rahman Hassan is educating the Ummah. Ummah always needs to be educated. This is why, inki, the kind of sincerity I see in their hearts. I melt in front of it. Melt like ice cream on a hot summer's day. Dil karta hai. I feel like I need to really sit here in a state of like salah, like I'm praying nafal, like listening to this wisdom. Not, of course. So here, Sheikh Ustadh Abdul Rahman Hassan, in trying to support why we should never criticize. No. Never criticize who people. Something is like, are we talking about Allah? Should never criticize people who make false claims against the Prophet. We should never criticize the Saudi king. Never criticize the Saudi king. You shouldn't even speak out against rulers. And in fact, the first Khawarij, the real extremists in Islam, were in the time of the Prophet. According to Ustad's claim, Dhul Khuwaisir, as you've heard, and protesting was that sign of rebellion, borderline kufr. So let's hear that part again, man. Brothers, please, brothers, listen carefully.
Mentioning your opinion. The first person who said that from this ummah, who the Prophet said, "I will kill his lineage."
Now,
I will kill his lineage is who? Protesting. Uprising.
Look.
Muhammad fa innaka lam ta'dil. He's the first person who brought the mentality of protesting. Uprising against the leader. Mentioning your opinion. The first person who said that from this ummah, who the Prophet said, "I will kill his lineage." I will kill his lineage is who? It was who? From this ummah, who the Prophet said, "I will kill his lineage."
The Prophet said, "I will kill his lineage."
It was who?
So according to him, the Prophet said,
he said that from this ummah, who the Prophet said, "I will kill his lineage." I will kill his lineage is who? Right,
so people, here, Ustad ji, Ustad, लेते हैं तुम्हारी क्लास. Ayo. Ustad is trying to teach us to cement the throne of MBA. Sorry. How to preserve our iman. How to, like how you go into ruku, how to kind of gusado, like Browning, you cha. Samjha karo. He's teaching us how to really help our beloved MBS. All right. So in Saudi Arabia, and never criticize the Saudi kings. God forbid. Tawbatan nasuha. Tawbatan nasuha. Ye ghalti क्षमा कीजिए प्रभु पापी संसार है पापी दुनिया है. We sometimes we make these mistakes. So brother, we are being taught not to ever criticize or publicly voice your opinion against them. This is Toba, this is kufr. So whilst Ustadh Abdul Rahman, in the zeal of Iman, defending the royalty, ho jata hai, blood boils sometimes, MBS, where are you? Yaar, where are you? Sar gusa diya. He's like, he's got his, some people, they have their head so far up somebody's derriere. So in this moment of passion and zeal, what Ustadh Abdul Rahman Hassan got so carried away, he accidentally just threw the Prophet under the bus. Huh? Ho jata hai yaar. It happened, brother. It happened, this one. No problem. This one sometimes happen in zeal, So he said, he's trying to speak of the first Khawarij. So he gives an example. He says in this example, there's a hadith. And I will show you the hadith, this one.
The first Khariji who came out.
So he's saying there in the background, and this is the hadith. It's in Sahih Bukhari that he says to the Prophet, be just. And the Prophet says, who will be just if I am not just?
Went against the Prophet by statement.
And then Umar says, let me, Umar wanted to be unleashed on him. And the Prophet said, no, that there will be an offspring from him that are extremists and so on. And the Prophet explains this. However,
the first Khariji was who? The first Khariji was who?
Dhul Khuwaysira.
The first Khariji who came out with the Prophet, he said to the Prophet, "I'dil fa innaka lam ta'dil."
So you can see here, in this getting carried away, he goes on to say,
the first person who said that from this ummah, who the Prophet said, I will kill his lineage.
I will kill
his lineage is who?
I will kill his lineage. This is, who's saying this, people? This is the Prophet is saying this to, the Prophet is saying this, that I will kill his lineage. I mean, is this is this something that King Mohammed bin Salman knows about? Special hadith? Special sanad? Because nobody in Islam seems to know about this, that the Prophet ever said, I will kill his lineage. Why would the Prophet say, I'll kill his lineage, but stop people from killing him? Umar said that, let me take out my sword, and the Prophet said, La. It's in Bukhari, that's the same hadith. And the Prophet said that there will be from his generations to come people who are extremists and the deen does not really enter their hearts, but they will outwardly do much more worship than, a regular Muslim will do. Did the Prophet allow somebody to attack him? No. The Prophet stopped Umar, said, La, don't. Why would the Prophet say, don't kill him, but his children that will come, kill them? Where does the Prophet say this? What is the kya ho raha hai? Na munna na. When we're cementing the thrones of the Saudi kings, Saudi, right? I know the rialat, this one, very nice, very nice, brother. This one, friend. But no throw Prophet under bus, this one, please to stop, please. This one, not nice. I can't believe, the passion that people get so carried away that they just throw the Prophet under the bus. It's like, yeah, do we want to calm down and pull our heads out of the derriere and just think, yeah, this is the Prophet of Islam. What am I saying? Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Let's have some respect towards the Prophet first and foremost, then other people. Kings can wait till the end. Kings have got their own lavish lifestyles. They don't need us. MBS is living the life. He doesn't need He don't need you or somebody to praise him and speak in his defense. But yeah, so this is the problem, people. Right? So, and I did, by the way, people might say, I did reach out to...
the first Khariji was who?
Sorry, that's in the
The first
background. We've
Khariji
got
who came out
still...
with the Prophet, he said to the
This
Prophet,
must be
"I'dil
part
فإنك
of
لم
my...
تعدل."
But you can see
Who was the
here,
first Khariji, the head of the Khawarij?
I have...
No
One moment,
Khwaisira.
Tico, I'll just stop
No
that.
Khwaisira did not take a sword.
Right, so this is my message. I did tweet it to... just let you guys have a quick read. To Abdul Rahman Hassan, saying that how about I invite him onto Mindtrap to have a discussion on Aqidah. Aqidah! 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 So I did say that, look, that you can defend the Salafi Aqidah, but only from the Quran was Sunnah. And my challenge is that you won't be able to. Okay? But see, look, much love. See, this is, I always end things with love, people. Love. This one, all about love. I did also say this part as well. What? This one. That's better. I did also say that I'm happy to have a discussion on Bukhari Gate if you want, but, let's be honest, that's a difficult topic, and I don't want to be, I don't want to just pick on people and then they say, it's not fair because, Mufti, we don't have the research. So, people, but I gave him that offer as well. So, yeah, and why? Obviously, why else, people? So, right? So, why else? قد تبين الرشد من الغي. Allah. Because guidance has been set apart from misguidance. So I did, and I offer that challenge to any Salafi Imam on their Aqidah. That we can have a discussion. They have to be able to prove their Aqidah just from the Quran or Sunnah. And my challenge is that they won't be able to. So anybody can take that up. It is open, including the beloveds, including Ganguteli and Co., the Three Stooges, including Snow White from last week. I saw Snow White had done another episode, but I'll have to come back to that in another Monday night. I was like, what? Snow White? Gee. Here. You're teasing. Right, so people...